6 months, I mean, it is a stretch for unemployment. Okay, unemployment insurance pays, it's limited. So most professionals, it's not enough. But hey, it's something. Okay, so take advantage of it. Make sure that your resume is updated. And your contact sources. If you've been playing the game all along, no matter if you've been a company for 10 years and you haven't kept tabs with people, shame on you. Hey, look, nobody in this world is going to take care of you like you take care of you. People may say you're a nice guy, you're a great guy, whatever. That doesn't matter. You got to take care of you. Numero one, whatever it is. Number one, you got to take care of yourself. If you get the happiest job and your boss says, whatever, if you hear for 10 years, man, I couldn't do without you. Couldn't do without you. You're the best. You're the best. That's great. That's great praise. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't leave yourself susceptible to anything. You should always have your ducks in a row. You should always, from year to year, when you do a financial checkup at the end of the year, which I encourage everybody to do. The topic, I don't know if I've touched on that or not, but once a year, go over your insurance policies, every expense to make sure that you're not being jacked around. Anyway, but your resume should be updated once a year. Whether hey, listen, I'm in a job that I really love. I work for a company that loves me. I love them. The owner, the boss, whatever, we go off on the weekends. I'm not worried about this. Okay, if that's you, silly. Okay, silly. Because there's nothing solid in this world. Nothing. Make sure that at least once a year that your resume is updated. Make sure that you keep a log. A valuable lesson is within any employment situation, log your employment. I don't care if you've been there 15 years. You should have a log of the first year, the second year, the second, third year, fourth year, fifth year, whatever, on and on and on. You should have a log of your employment. And what do I mean about a log? A log means that you write down important facts in the course of your career. You write it down. I was reprimanded because I was late for work. Write it down. Date, time, and by whom. I was praised for my customer service. Write it down. Date, time, and by whom. I was given an award for outstanding service, for outstanding whatever. Write it down. Keep a log. Keep a log of your employment. You may think that this is silly. I guarantee it is not. If you're going to work for a company, you better keep a log. Okay? And as I said, if you golf with the owner and you're invincible, hey, let me tell you, there's nobody invincible. Nobody. Okay? And if you work for yourself, well, I don't need to do that. I work for myself. What if you do something really silly, really stupid, and your customers abandon you, and then the sales orders quit coming in, and things get tight, and then you have to fold up shop. Yeah, yeah, right. It happens. Make sure you keep a log. Everybody should keep a log of their employment and not be biased. If you were reprimanded, put it in there. If you were praised, by God, put it in there. And hopefully the praises outweigh the reprimands. If not, maybe you shouldn't have a log. But kind of veering from the overall subject of unemployment and what to do to make sure you budget and cut your expenses, update your resume. The other thing is your social media. Used to this wasn't even an issue, but now today it is. It's an issue. Your social media says, look, when I've got a brother that has his own business, and we were talking about employing people, and he's like, well, it's always a crapshoot. And I was like, well, yeah, it is based on the resume because people lie, embellish, whatever. Everybody does. It's just, and you have to go, how did the person's character seem? Well, great. Well, the other thing is that I told him, it's like, well, if you really want to know about somebody, check out their Facebook page. Check out, what their beliefs are. What about them and their friends, and what are their friends doing? If you're wanting to hire somebody because they seem really great, and you check them out on Facebook, and it looks like every picture they've got is at a bar and being drunk and whatever, maybe think about that one. If they go on the social media and rant about politics, or even racism, or whatever, be careful. But okay, so if you're in a situation where you lose your job, make sure that your social media doesn't portray you in a negative light, because trust me, employers will check you out. They will check you out. Part of your resume is your social media. Okay. Evaluate your path. If you find yourself with the dilemma of not having a job, evaluate your path. Okay, now what? Where do you want to go? Were you in a job that wasn't suited for you? Maybe that's why you don't have that job anymore. You're a smart, intelligent person, but the fit just wasn't there. You need to evaluate that and be honest with yourself. Be totally honest with yourself. Sometimes it's a hard thing to do, because we all want to say that, I'm great, I'm good. But when the truth of the matter is, people have strong suits and they have weak suits. If you were in a position that matched your weak suits, evaluate your path. Get to a place where it complements your strong suits. That's where you're going to be happy. And then finally, we're into this way more than I figured we would be. But your contacts. Quickly touch base with your contacts. Let them know. The last thing you want is for them to hear it through the grapevine. However, you got to be careful here, because you don't want your contacts to, it's like, hey, I'm out of a job, I need a job. Your contacts are like, yeah, sorry, can't help it. You need to be positive. Hey, I'm in the market. Word it however you want. I'm in the market. my situation has afforded me an opportunity to be on the market for a deserving company. Let's face it. Anytime you can turn this situation into a positive, which it's not, but turn it into a positive. Hey, I got fired. I need a job. That doesn't sound good. Hey, my last employer didn't pan out the way that I expected it to. I've made the decision to move forward, and if you can think of someone that can use my skills and abilities, I would greatly appreciate if you would put me in contact with them. See, that's not begging. That is you being positive and saying, I can help. It's not like, oh, I need a job, man. Come on, please hire me. No one wants to hire a beggar. Okay? No one, hey, would you screw up? That's the first thing that comes to mind. Would you screw up? Why did you screw up? What is wrong with you? But if you acknowledge that, hey, I was in a place that wasn't conducive for my style, and I really, from what I do, I really felt that, I probably wasn't the best fit for the company I work for. So, mutually, we decided that, I should find what's best for my interest, and they should find what's best for their interest. Again, verbiage, vernacular is paramount into finding a new job. Well, I hope that you don't find yourself in this situation. I put this podcast out there in case you do. Again, it's a dark chapter in anyone's life that is faced with unemployment, faced with the fact they need a new job. They need to turn in. Everybody needs income. And let me just say this: you look for every opportunity to turn a buck, right? That's what you do in your life right now. Don't stop. Don't let a crushing defeat be the defeat. It's a setback. Positive people, energetic people, successful people, they find a way to win. They turn negatives into positives. You can do it. You will do it. We get by. Our spirits on this earth all have a design. Let's just make sure that we make the most of it. Don't get down on yourself. And hopefully this doesn't happen to you. Hopefully it will never happen to you, because you're good at what you do, and you keep your job, your journal. You make your decisions. Don't let the employers make their decisions, right? Do the job for them. If you're working for somebody, you have a fiduciary commitment. But just make sure that you're on top of your game. Okay, well, I think that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about on there. And I hope I didn't bore anybody. But God bless you. Thank you for listening to FastlaneThePodcast.com. FastlaneThePodcast.com. Find us on iHeart, iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, so on and so forth. You can sign up for a subscription on my website, FastlanePodcast.com. FastlanePodcast.com. Previewing ahead, I have a special guest lined up, an author that I think you will find interesting in the trials and tribulations of becoming a successful author. And can't wait for that. It should be soon.